It's time for Normalville. It's time for Normalville. It's time for Normalville. Gonna get a little crazy like you know we will.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode number 15 of the Abnormal Hour. I'm your host Alex Rennie with my partner,
Brian Gilbert. Hey.
Welcome. I don't know what the weather's like by you, but we are in the Great White North of Canada, Calgary specifically, and it's been cold and snowy. Today's a little nicer day.
Yeah.
But I'm bummed when
Yeah,
I
you get the wind chill, I think it was yesterday morning, was minus 16.
That's Celsius, by the way, guys, not Fahrenheit, just so you know. But I do get bummed, like the Bears fan, my family's back in Chicago. They're having great weather right now. I talked to my mom and dad, and yeah, they're a good 40 degrees warmer than we are, 40 degrees. So
Nice.
So like we always do in every episode, we go back in time and review last week's cartoon.
So here we are at our whiteboard from last week, which came about from the phrase that just popped out of my mouth was, if there's a hole, somebody's going to fall into it.
Which was brilliant.
Brilliant. You're so wise. Yeah, so from wisdom comes this.
This was our whiteboard, and this was a little thumb to try to, make it so it's a big, vast area that this idiot just kind of fell into. And then here was our final result, which I think
when you said this to me, I chuckled out loud, just right on. That's perfect.
It is the absurd. And give credit where credit's due. We were kind of not toiling, but couldn't quite figure out the right punchline, and Frank was the one who came up with the texting.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Texting and walking. There's a million stories about somebody texting and walking, and some calamity happens.
I just love it. This is the perfect example of an Abnormalville cartoon, right? They wouldn't have filled the hole, but they'll put all kinds of warning signs, tape it off when it would just be easier.
Yeah, middle of nowhere. Who knows what that hole is for? But
I think it's pretty cool. So
that's cool.
There we go.
Okay, that was last week's whiteboard, full of wisdom and stupidness and everything going on with holes.
Don't
and
text and walk, whatever.
Don't text and walk. Just please don't. And so with that behind us, it's time for the news. Okay, Alex, what do you got for the news story today?
So for our first news story, this happened on November 13th, about a week ago. Parents at a school in southern France have been told to stop throwing their children over the closed gates if they arrive late. The Trelade School in Avignon put up signs outside its gates showing a cartoon of a parent sending a small child airborne to get over the fence. The text on the sign asks parents not to throw their children and instead wait for the gates to open again at either 10 a.m. or 3 p.m. The school's principal said that parents literally threw their children over the gate when they arrived to find it closed. She said there were only a few scattered incidents, no reported injuries, but it was enough tossed children to inspire the school officials to take action and post warnings as a reminder. don't throw your kids over the fence.
Wow, you could just picture them
Oh,
just flying over.
go, little Johnny, go.
Yeah, they have to learn how to roll when they land, right?
Right, parkour.
Yeah.
That's not safe, man. And they said it was almost 2 meters high. So, yeah.
Mind you, if that was a gymnastics school, then it's perfectly appropriate.
It's perfectly appropriate.
Then you launch them way up in the air.
It reminds me of like midget tossing. That was a thing. Do you remember that?
It was called dwarf tossing. Yeah, all the rage in the redneck bars.
So,
oh yeah, child throwing.
throw your child over the fence.
No, not happening.
Well, hey, share with us your news story today, Frank.
Okay, we have the world's largest marker. You might have heard the story. It was in the news. A man from India has made the world's largest marker. So it's a little over a foot thick and 9 feet long.
Oh my God.
This marker. Yeah, and it works. So Muhammad Dalif from Kavala, India, said he decided to build this marker to inspire the younger generation to read. So he had a purpose in mind. And so to use the marker, it takes 3 men to lift it up. And then Muhammad guides it along the notepad that's vertically supported.
Oh my gosh. How much does it weigh?
They didn't say, but it's heavy.
Well, if it's
you have different sizes of PVC piping going on, and a foot thick of that it gets to be heavy.
Yeah,
right?
and think about like you have an inky sponge or whatever you have going on in there, right? Like,
yeah, the way the marker part works is they took foam and rolled it up, glued it tight inside a plastic sleeve, like PVC piping, and then they saturated that with ink, right?
Yeah.
So
it's like a real marker. Yeah.
It works like a real marker.
That's cool.
It's pretty cool. So inspiring a generation to read. I don't know how that inspires a generation to read.
I was kind of thinking that too. I'm like, that's what makes me want to draw. I don't want to read see the big marker, but yeah, that's me.
I don't know. I should have maybe made the world's biggest bookmark or something.
Well, thank you for that, Frank. And this leads us into our very first whiteboard of the day. Hey everyone, welcome to whiteboard number 1. Playing off the news story of the French people throwing their kids over the fence, we decided that we're gonna think about a rite of passage.
Which would be spelled R-I-T-E.
It is, I just I kind of started to do that. I don't know if you saw that, and I questioned myself. So yes, rite of passage.
Passage.
For some obscure, could even be a fictional land,
Country.
right?
Yeah, European. It's gotta be European.
Country. But the punchline of this is, it's so dangerous.
Yeah.
That most of the kids don't survive, and consequently they have the lowest population on the planet. I can't even finish full sentences. Have lowest population.
Like, instead of feeding the chickens, they feed the Siberian tigers.
So I just picture like some little kid like terrified, right? He's just like, Johnny, armed with like nothing more than a paper clip or something.
Okay, let's go with the paperclip. And
it could be like some dark. Like I just don't.
so he's in a cave or something?
I don't know. It's just. I'm almost thinking like maybe we see the back of his head, right? And then we see the danger he's looking out to face. So you just see him like, you know, he's like, oh my God. And he has like a paper clip. And then we get to see what he's seeing, like whatever is out there, right?
Yeah, a rock, or he has to maybe do something with the rhinoceros.
He's just like, you want me to do what?
And he's got
And
a
then we see like the hippo sitting there, and or the rhino.
I like rhino.
Yeah, rhinos are scarier looking, right? And
Yeah. And
there'll be a bunch of them out there.
so to become part of the family, he has to tag the rhino with the family, what do you call it, crest?
Yeah, the family crest. You got to do this symbol. This is pretty good, man. I actually really do. Oops, wrong color. Well, yeah, like, because that would be terrifying, right? And you got these big, you know, rhinoceroses that are just out there. Whoa. I don't know.
A whole bunch of rhinoceroses.
He's just got this. Oh, this is even better. Instead of paint them, he has to brand them with a fiery hot
I was thinking that. He's got the branding iron.
branding iron.
Yeah,
It has to be that, dude, because that would be way more dangerous. Talk about you'd be pissing off.
It's smoking. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's it. He has to brand the
So
rhino.
That rhino that's ahead of him, he's looking at him going, what are you doing? So the rhino can see him.
Oh my God, dude, that's
Rhino's going, are you serious? The kid's gonna come and brand the rhino. The kid has little shuffle marks from his feet because he's just like inching forward.
You could have like a soiled pants or something.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Rhino branding ritual.
Oh, that's just so wrong.
That's the day he becomes a man.
This is your rite of passage, kid. Wow. Right on. All right. Good job. I like it, dude. That was good. Good stuff. All because the people in France were hucking their kids over the
See what happens? You throw kids over fences and some kid has to brand a rhino.
Just wrong. Good job.
There we go. Okay, that was our first brainstorming of the whiteboard.
It's a good one.
Fantastic. So let's go from that into today's expert advice.
And now, expert advice from the expert.
Okay, Alex, tell us about your expert. Sorry, take two.
Right on.
Okay, Alex, tell us about your expert advice today. What do you got?
Frank. So what prompted today's expert advice is I'm a big comic book collector and geek, and I recently acquired, I know most of you out there have heard of the superhero named Deadpool, and this is the first appearance ever of Deadpool. It's New Mutants number 98. Now he's had his own title since then, but this is where he first ever appeared in comics, and this book is a really good find. I got it for a great deal, and it's worth quite a bit of money.
And just before you move on, for someone that might not know, can you point him out on the cover there?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's right in the middle of the cover. That is
Right.
Deadpool right there.
Just in case somebody didn't know.
Yeah. So that is Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds has starred in 2 movies as this character now. And yeah, and Deadpool's been my second favorite Marvel character behind Wolverine. And so I'm really happy about that find. So what is my expert advice with this? Well, when a lot of people start collecting comics, they always go for the #1 issue of any title, which, yes, that is a really cool thing. #1s are always worth a lot. But what's more valuable is the first appearance versus the #1 issue. Now, you've heard of the X-Men,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Very first X-Men, that was their first appearance. So the #1 issue there is worth quite a bit of money. And you can never go wrong with the first issue. That's always a great piece of advice. But if you have a hero that you really like, you want to look up their first appearance, and a simple Google search will do that for you. So I've got a couple numbers here, Frank, and I'm going to throw them at you. Kind of in order of how much they're worth in the big numbers here. So Batman #1, how much do you think that one would be worth or has gone for?
300 grand, somewhere around there.
Not a bad guess. The highest one that is sold on record right now is $567,000. So
For the first Batman. Okay.
And that was for the first Batman.
Mhm.
But his first appearance was Detective Comics #27. So how much do you think that goes for?
His first appearance. I don't know. Is it more? Tell me. I really don't know.
$1,075,000.
So that's the first time Batman was in print.
Was ever seen. It was Detective Comics #27, sells for over $1 million, and then he got his title later on, and now that's worth $500,000. So that shows you the difference of a first appearance.
Sorry to put you on the spot, but I'm wondering what year that was about.
So Detective Comics #27 came out in May of 1939.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, golden age. These are golden age comics. So that is an old and very rare.
39, first time Batman appeared. That's so cool.
Yeah.
And, I would have guessed it was early 50s, right?
Yeah. Crazy stuff, man. So there you have it. Go for the first appearance of the comic books. Never go wrong with a #1 either, but yeah, you never know when a hero is going to hit and, where it could go. So.
Okay, Alex, thanks for that expert advice in the comic world. Very informative. Cool. Let's go to our next whiteboard, #2.
Hey everyone, welcome to whiteboard #2, where we are always on the edge of too stupid.
That's our slogan for the day. We're always, write that down, we're always on the edge of too stupid.
Explain to them why we came up with this little saying.
Because, off camera, we're brainstorming, and that is the line that you threw out there, Alex, and it's like, perfect, love it, let's go with that. And so, because the idea is little Timmy needs saving from somebody that has superpowers, and he's had ice cream, and he's suffering from brain freeze. So, this is a job for Warm Waterman.
So when we said this, we're like, is this too stupid? And then Frank said, it's just on the edge of too stupid. I said, but we're always on the edge of too stupid.
Yeah, that's cool how that came about. And so you have Superman, Spider-Man, Warm Waterman.
He's got his tongue out. Little Timmy was eating.
Little Timmy, he's got brain freeze. He's got sad eyebrows going on.
It's short.
Warm Waterman.
He's got a mask.
Oh,
Cape.
man. He's got a cape. He's got he's got a warm washcloth.
Oh boy. I don't know.
This is
Waterman.
so far towards too stupid. It's so close. But I say we're not quite there, so let's go.
Oh gosh. Yeah, we didn't know if this was our final punchline or not, but at least this could like.
Oh, WW. And you have a little M there, maybe too.
Oh.
Waterman. I think it's great.
Oh. Is it? Is it though? I really don't know.
Yes. It's all in the, so it's all in how you draw this, right? So it's in your hands. Whether this is a winner or not.
I'm already questioning this one.
Sorry?
Going with it?
Yeah, you're not allowed to hate it because I love it.
Okay.
There we go.
Well,
Yeah, it may be a lesser known superhero, but no less important.
I mean, how many people get brain freeze a day, right?
That's right. See,
He just walks, he scours it. Okay, moving on. We are going to go into today's joke of the day.
Yeah, Alex, I'm sure you have a joke for today. Hope it's good. Well, let's have it.
Can't be worse than warm water, man. So
It can only go up.
only go up and we set the bar low, so we can only go up.
That's on purpose.
So Frank,
Go.
why did the chicken attend a seance?
I don't know. Why did the chicken attend the seance?
To get to the other side.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Right?
Yes, you did pick up the game there. That's you don't even have to use the French accent for that one. That was good.
No French accent needed.
Oh.
That's good. Just so you guys know, if you're a new follower, Frank has been wah wah. 3 or 4 jokes. So
I gave that one a thumbs up. That was pretty good.
go. Awesome, man. Well, I'm glad we keep you amused, man. That's what we want. And now this leads into our final segment of the day, led by my partner Frank, which is Did You Know?
know? Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? Did you know?
So welcome back, everyone. Frank, lead us in today's Did You Know?
So today's Did You Know? Well, we haven't said during the show yet, but this is leading up towards American Thanksgiving.
Oh,
So I thought we'd do one on turkeys, right?
It's a day after my dad's birthday. He turns 81. Our biggest fan. Happy early birthday, Dad.
Head of the fan club. So let's go way back, like we like to do. The Aztecs had turkey as part of their diet, way back. Their name for it was quite hard to pronounce, but the Spanish translated it into guajolote.
Guajolote. That sounds like a
Guajolote.
pickup line. Guajolote.
That's right, see? But meanwhile, he's calling her turkey.
That's awesome.
Oh, Spanish, not so romantic, I don't know. Guajolote.
My little pigeon, huh?
My little turkey.
My little turkey.
Anyways.
So, I digress.
Did we ever? Mexico first started to domesticate the bird back around 800 BC.
Wow.
Way back. Yeah. They had turkey back then. not much else. But the Native Americans, they started to eat turkeys around 1180, so much later to the game. So turkeys can actually be quite aggressive.
Well, remember we had that news story where it was, scaring the whole neighborhood in New York, part of
Yeah.
Central Park, I think.
They're naturally territorial, so they'll attack humans and pets. So if you back away, they will charge. They smell fear.
Wow. So stand your ground
you
if
go.
ever confronted
Yeah.
with a turkey.
So you have to be aggressive with them or you'll get pecked like crazy.
Wow.
They'll just go at you. So, and then they're territorial, so they'll also battle each other as well. Quite fierce stuff can go on. They'll go for the throat. They actually draw blood, and then it's a feeding frenzy. They turn into cannibals.
Wow.
They start
Maybe this
eating
is why
the other
people
turkey.
started eating them. They're like, we got to get rid of this thing, man.
Craziness. Yeah. So you have to surveil them. You have to keep watch over them, right? Otherwise they'll go nuts. But the did you know part is, where do they get their name from? Turkey. So their name is derived from who was marketing them to the Europeans. The merchants from Turkey were the first to import them to the Europeans.
Wow.
And the term turkey was eventually, the term turkey hens, because the guys that were selling them were from Turkey. So Europeans called them turkey hens.
Oh.
And then shortened it down to turkeys because the Turks were selling them.
That's interesting. Wow.
And that's how they got the name turkey.
Very cool, man.
Yeah.
Here we go. Frank
There you go.
always teaches us the coolest lessons, man. I actually love your Did You Know stories. So that's a cool one. Thank you, my friend. Very, very cool.
Welcome.
Awesome. Well, that wraps up episode number 15. So thank you, everyone, for joining us today. It's always a pleasure, Frank, to do this with you, and a pleasure to do this for our viewing audience. So see you guys in a couple weeks. Same bat time, same bat channel.
And now we're leaving. We gotta go. And now we're leaving. It's the end of our show. We had a good time. It's come to an end. We hope you had a good time. A good time, my friend. And now we're leaving. That's the end of our show. And now we're leaving. We gotta go.
And wahalote.